Hi, my name's Nicole from Light and Guidance from Beyond. I have an Ascension collective channeling and guided to share the following. Really heavy Ascension symptoms in the collective right now. For those who are spiritually in tune with themselves intuitively, it will be a bit easier for you to navigate. For those who don't quite understand what these feelings are, what they all mean, and who are just activating, awakening, and starting their shadow work, it may be difficult for you to navigate, but you can change that just by being aware of the limiting emotions, the limiting thoughts, feelings, patterns, programs, belief systems. Whatever is coming up needs to be dealt with, and it's in an energetic, emotional aspect. And it's also important to learn about ascension, learn about spiritual awakening, learn about kundalini, learn about shadow work, as that will bring you into awareness of what is going on within your body, not only on the physical but on the spiritual side as well. So not all information will resonate with all of you, so only take what does and leave what doesn't. So some people may be experiencing the following: seeing apparitions, spirits. This can be full on for some people, or just seeing glimpses out of the corner of your eye. This is your third eye chakra and crown and causal chakra opening, and it means you're being called into service as a light worker, and your spirit guides are most likely wanting to ease you into mediumship lessons. So they will teach you those lessons, as well as teach you psychic lessons via your spiritual team, or for some it could be both. This is the easiest way to ease you into your gifts. Some people need the easier path, the more gentle path. Even though it may not feel that way in the moment, please know that with practice it will get easier and it will get better. If you feel drawn, go to my website, guidancewithnicole.com, and you can find my 12th Dimensional Protection Shield by Lisa Renee on my website. This will help those who are awakening to their psychic and mediumship abilities to take control of basically what you're seeing. So you can set the intention and set those boundaries and just let your spirit guides know that it needs to be a bit easier, or it's too much. Can they give you a break? You need to set those intentions. So this is why it's important to protect yourself and your home regularly. So for anyone who has gifts or doesn't even know they have gifts, it means that spirit has always been around you, trying to communicate with you, because you have that light worker light. But when you're not at the right frequency, basically you can't hear them. So that's why you may not have noticed it as much, because you weren't on the right frequency. Because your vibration is raising, now you're able to sense them, you're able to see them, you're able to hear them. It's important not to be afraid and to stand into your power. And also, if you feel drawn, to go and buy some books and learn about psychics, mediums, spirit guides, archangels, guardian angels, animal spirit guides. This will just help you to understand. And they're also saying to take the bulls by the horn and figure out how your gifts work, so to speak, so you can restore balance and harness your gifts within your control. But at the same time, you must also learn and get to know who your spirit guides are, so you're able to surrender and trust in their guidance and protection. So Source Spirit, your spiritual team, all the archangels, starseed families, galactics, they don't want to be idolized by you. So it's important to know that you are one with Source. You are one with every being that I mentioned. There is no hierarchy in divine unconditional love frequency. They ask not to give your power away, but rather to see yourself as equal and as a powerful co-creator that you truly are. There is no box to fit in when it comes to who you truly are. You are just accepted in the divine for as you are, which is one with all. So exhaustion, so needing to sleep a lot, insomnia, overthinking for some, hyperfixation on certain topics. This can be a good thing if you're in your creativity and life force flow energy, or not really a good thing if you're doom scrolling and looking for ways to distract yourself from what you're needing to feel, which is your shadow work, your spiritual awakening, your kundalini. So ending of soul contracts, so karmic relationships coming to an end. And then I also see that maybe in the last 6 months or 2 months, that people have recently split up from a relationship. So there could have been where you just cut ties and walked away. There could have been infidelity. It could have been a sudden split. But I feel like there's some people coming out of relationships and realizing how much of your life just passed you by. Or you could be realizing how controlled you were, or how you were holding yourself back or allowing yourself to be held back. So there's a realization of people realizing their power, realizing their beauty, and coming back into themselves and getting to know who they truly are. So introspection, looking deep within yourself and not liking what you see is happening for some people. Wanting to get rid of your darkness, so to speak. You believe that these parts aren't good, when in fact these parts are actually your shadow, which needs to be unconditionally loved and accepted. And not anyone in this world can love and accept those parts of you until you can love and accept those parts. It's about integrating all those parts we don't like about ourselves, realizing that it's actually our power and can be harnessed and merged in with your light side to utilize as a strength in the light. When mastering this is awareness, so you're able to basically welcome in abundance, and opportunities will be revealed to you that have always been there the whole time. It's just that you need to raise your frequency through unconditional love, self-acceptance and forgiveness. So you may also feel empathy and compassion for yourself through the lens of the perception of the divine unconditional love. I was also feeling middle stabbing pain in the back and at the back of the shoulders. For me, it was my right shoulder, so right in between the shoulder blades. Tense crown chakra as well, so pressure on top of the head, pressure band around the head, vibrating, warm feelings or hot feelings, cold sensation. Causal chakra, which is at the back of the head, like near above the neck, and this was aching, and I just felt like there was like this big cord being pulled out. So that's activation of the causal chakra, which is connected to the cosmos. Also back pain, upper back pain, all over back pain, muscle spasms, anger outbursts, frustration, irritability, chaotic or even irrational emotions, irrational outbursts. So it's important to feel these feelings in awareness, so you're able to take control of your power instead of those intense emotions controlling you. So it's really important that you're aware how you respond to these feelings, because sometimes when you're not aware, you can respond to these overwhelming feelings mindlessly in unawareness, which is really chaotic, and it's via the perception and mindset of the ego. So the ego isn't a bad thing, it's the inorganic ego that needs to be cleared. So it's about finding the balance. There's also projection via judgment, resentment, and then there was pressure in my jaw and my teeth. So pressure in the teeth or tense jaw pain, ears blocked, like popping, like fluid type feeling, and also like ringing in the ears, like high vibrational ringing, but then you might have like a kind of a buzzing coming in and out. So ears blocked, and also headaches, as well as tension headaches. And your head may feel like you've got a cold, like stuffy head, even though you don't have a cold. Tense aching in the shoulders and the neck as well. Sore chest area, so sore, kind of feels bruised when you touch it. Timeline jump, so intense flashbacks to past lives is happening for some people. Intense empathy, like flashes coming in and out, as well as moments of intense unconditional love that just randomly happen and they're very intense. Burning or electric feeling down the legs, which can be painful. Sacral chakra and root chakra clearing, so cramping in the belly and the pelvis area. Heavy heart chakra pain, not only in the front heart but in the back heart chakra, which is your higher heart. So this can cause intense grief, disparity as you work through this pain. This pain can also turn into anger. Try not to become your emotions. Be in awareness as it's rising whilst you allow yourself to feel it. Don't look outwards to blame others on how you're feeling. Look within, as it's you who holds all the power and accountability on how you react to those emotions. So whilst what happened to you was unjust and unfair, it's also important to be in full awareness that it is you who chooses how to act when these emotions come up. which is why it's important to look within at what you're feeling. Try to embrace and nurture these unpleasant feelings from a place of unconditional love, and not in the frequency of victim mentality, as this only gives your power away. In order to heal you, you need to feel, and when you feel, you heal, which reignites you with your life force energy, which is your power. So when in conscious awareness of one's thoughts, beliefs, and actions, you realize that you create your reality, that you hold the power to create the life you want to live. When you realize imagination was never fiction, it was real all along, and what imagination really is your manifestation, and where you hold the power of law of attraction, that's when you gain your tools back, and you're able to start working toward your goals, your purpose for being here on this earth. It's time to say no to situations that do not serve you, and yes to yourself. Time to invest in you. Timeline jumps. So this may not resonate with everyone, but timeline jumps have happened to me. I felt this spiraling energy coming up throughout my whole entire chakra system. So it was spinning infinitely within my body. It felt like I was spinning around super fast. Then I was thrown into full-on timelines with many of my oversouls. For those of you who don't know what oversouls are, they are you, particles of your higher self that you send to live out lifetimes in different realms, coexisting all at once. My family that I have now was mirrored, so the timeline I was thrown in was opposite. Instead of my 3 boys, I had 3 girls. I looked the same environment, same partner, just in a different timeline. I knew each child, my love for them, their personality. Then I was thrown into a timeline where I was a self-made millionaire, a woman, single, different realm, and so many other timelines all at once. While this was happening, I didn't know where my physical body was, whether I had passed out or where it was located. But it's also important to note that I was not scared. It actually felt very natural and familiar to me to timeline jump. I was also thrown into a past life, which I predicted back in 2019 that there would be a spiritual warfare and there would be mass ascension and mass awakenings, and people would realize where they come from and who they truly are. So I was thrown into a past life, which I can tap into now at any time and find out any information I need in order to help overcome fears. Let's just say I was born into a family that was very religious in a time where any differences or uniqueness of children born differently was not accepted at all. I was born very different. I didn't have a filter. I didn't take cues on when not to say something, and I was actually very sweet, a light, a big light, very connected to the other side. Because I was different, which I might add that I don't really want to label what I actually have, because I don't like labels. But because I was different and naturally expressed this, even if I tried not to, I was demonized and abused with religion. It was like hell, being tormented, and what's worse is I wasn't able to understand why, because my makeup, my DNA template was different. I vibed at a higher frequency, which made others feel uneasy around me, which resulted in me being black sheep from the whole entire community. And I was often religiously abused by community members with the blessing of my parents. This was quite severe. It was complete torture, but I fought to stay alive, and I would often be in the spirit world as I was in this lifetime as well. So in this lifetime, I dissociated and going to the spirit world ever since I was little, and I remember doing that. I did have a very abusive childhood, so it makes sense as to why it was connected into this life still. So it basically, the spirit world was where I went to feel safe in that past life, so that's why I was able to hold much strength, which only made the community and my parents more afraid of me. That resulted in more fear and very religion-based, ritualistic abuse. I could go on, as now I have full access to that life and the memories and the knowledge and the experiences that I gained, and it's very, very relevant to my current life, as I said above. So some may be having their past lives literally revealed to them. Others are timeline jumping quite quickly, meaning jumping from old timelines into new future timelines, new doors. And for others, it can also be oversoul timeline. So oversoul timeline jumping, meaning you get to view other particles of your soul living out lives in different timelines and in different realms of existence. So your oversoul always meets you in the astral realm, the dream realm, to discuss experiences based on soul growth, and for the simple fact that you may also help with healing hardened emotions and limitations for your oversoul as they do the same for you. It's an infinite and energetic cord of connection that links into your soul contracts deeply. So oversoul timeline jumps can feel like flashbacks, very strong, realistic flashbacks. They can come in visions, feelings, in a knowing, but also energetically experiencing these timeline jumps like you're really there in that physical vessel. You don't feel your physical body. You're literally looking out of the eyes of your oversoul through their vision, but with your own perspective, in awareness that it's your life as well, but also in awareness of the life that you have in this current timeline. Because you're the same soul, your soul has memory imprints of that life in that timeline, in that physical vessel. But in this life, in regards to timeline jumps, you may get feelings of excitement or contentment, safety, hope, and a sense of peace briefly, as you're shown what's to come in the near future. So this is in this timeline. So it's not timeline jumps. You may get feelings of excitement or contentment, safety, hope, and a sense of peace briefly, as you're shown what's to come in the near future. So this is in this timeline, so not via another physical vessel. So you might get those strong feelings because that's what's ahead of you in the near future. So it's you guys just going to hang in there a bit more, because there's a lot of good coming, and they come out of nowhere, so very easy to notice from my experience. There is not a single thing to be afraid of. Please know that you are powerful, know your power, and stand in the frequency of unconditional love and forgiveness for yourself and others. It's time to master who you are, clear and purge out your system, which activates a physical detox as self-healing, known as somatic healing, which is involuntary jolts and spasms. This is how your body releases stored emotions, as well as build up toxins in the organ or muscle. The said emotion was stuck in. So this means clear flow will start to take place in your energetic template, also known as your chakra systems. Yes, the body chakras are being healed, but your light body chakras, especially ones that have been laying dormant, are activating to the divine unconditional love crystalline frequency and stargates, to the cosmos basically. The higher chakras that have been suppressed via low dimensional frequencies such as the news, fear-mongering, well as many distractions such as entertainment, social media devices. So that's how they lower your vibration. There is no dates of when this will end, as everyone is at a different stage in their vibration and frequency, their ascension path, their evolution, which means it's infinite. We will always be ascending, growing, learning, so we can prepare the next generation with the tools they need to keep spreading light and raising the vibration here on earth. Light workers, we have a lot of work to do, which is why it's time to clear out old inorganic, outdated programs, systems and timelines. And when we do this energetically, it turns our body's natural ability to heal itself on, and your physical vessel will start to contract and detox you from all those harmful, stagnant emotions. So that's going to come out physically. So it's very important for you to drink water. Most diseases start with suppressed emotions. So when one suppresses themselves to fit into society, or doesn't speak up when someone has crossed their boundaries, therefore allowing people of a dominant nature to take advantage, which turns into, for example, suppressed anger, confidence issues, and self-esteem, that can be harbored for years and literally have an impact on you to the point where it slows down your soul growth, you're advancing, and it stops yourself from taking risks, and also stops opportunities coming your way. And it's all because you gave your power away in unawareness, and that's okay. We have all been there, and I too am still learning to be more strong in my boundaries, as I am an all-in type of person. If I don't say something, it's because I'm putting you first and protecting you from looking at yourself. But if I do say something, it's very intense, very straight to the point, and piercing to the heart, which is my shadow side. But I'm doing really well at integrating that into my light side and loving this part of myself unconditionally, whilst being able to gain clear awareness of my shadow. The more I look deep within myself and heal myself, that's the more I'm able to be more aware when that shadow side comes up, and actually stand in my power in a positive way while still embracing my shadow part and integrating it into my light. So there's many paths that people are on, and it's all at different levels. No one is higher or lower. As always, listen to your body. If you feel you need medical intervention, then please go and see your doctor. Okay, so I also do intuitive, multi-dimensional intuitive energy reading sessions. If you'd like to book in, go to my Facebook page, Light and Guidance from Beyond, and just send me a message. I hope you're all feeling good. I know things have been intense lately. Just hang in there and just know that, you know, your body's purging and it needs to purge so that you can get to the next level. Much love.